Let's talk about predicting the future. For the longest time, it's been a human game, right? But now there's a powerful new player at the table, artificial intelligence. So, who really has the upper hand? The calculating machine or the seasoned human futurist?
And that's really the big question we're digging into here. Can these incredibly powerful systems actually connect the dots across all the world's information and see what's coming around the corner? Is that even possible?
All right, so here's how we're going to break it all down. First up, we'll look at the rise of these so-called silicon prophets. Then we'll get into the human side of things, what we're calling the futurist's art. After that, we'll put them head-to-head, check the scorecards, and finally, we'll see if maybe, just maybe, they're better off working together as the ultimate dream team.
Okay, let's kick things off with the machine. A new kind of prophet has emerged, one that's not built of flesh and blood, but of silicon and data.
So how does this even work? Well, you've got these large language models, or LLMs. The AI is trained on, well, basically the entire internet. They can chew through news, economic reports, social media trends, just a mountain of data that no human team could ever hope to process. And out of all that, you get something researchers call a wisdom of the silicon crowd, finding the one true signal in an ocean of noise.
And the progress here, honestly, it's been staggering. I mean, just look at this. According to research from forecaster Dan Schwartz, a model like GPT 3.5 was basically just guessing, no better than a coin flip. But then, just one generation later, its successor, GPT 4, was already making forecasts better than 80% of humans. That's not a small step, that is a gigantic leap.
This new ability has opened up a whole new frontier, something experts are calling open domain forecasting. So what does that mean? It means we're not talking about a specialized AI that only predicts the weather or the stock market. Nope, we're talking about a single, general-purpose AI that can weigh in on everything, from geopolitics to the next hit movie, all without any specialized training.
But hold on, that's only half the story. The machine has its limits, and that brings us to the human element, what futurist Gerd Leonhard calls the futurist's art.
Now, this brings us to a really crucial distinction from Leonhard. He argues that what an AI does is prediction. It's a statistical calculation based on past data. A human futurist, though, offers foresight. That's a qualitative journey into what could be, using things like intuition and imagination to see way beyond what the numbers are showing you. And that's so important because data alone can be really misleading. As Leonhard famously says, if you torture data long enough, it will confess to anything. You can manipulate data to support almost any conclusion. And this is exactly where human judgment becomes absolutely essential. You need someone to look at the numbers and ask that critical question, okay, but does this actually make sense?
And this really is the core of the human advantage. We're talking about intuition, that gut feeling, the ability to see the non-obvious implications, those second-order effects, and crucially, understanding things like human values and imagination, qualities that just don't exist in a dataset.
So we have the machine's incredible scale versus human foresight. How do they actually stack up when you put them to the test? Let's take a look at the data.
The current hierarchy pretty much looks like this. Right at the very top, you have elite human super forecasters, people who have honed their skills to an incredible degree. Just below them, you have AI like GPT-4, which easily beats the average person. So while humans are still at the top, it's only the very best who hold that crown.
And here's a fascinating twist from Philip Tetlock's research. His amateur super forecasters consistently beat CIA analysts who had access to classified intelligence. This just reinforces Gerd Leonhard's point. It's not always about having more data. It's about having better judgment.
But what happens when you give these skilled humans an AI assistant? Well, research shows their accuracy can jump by as much as 41%. This suggests the real game isn't AI versus human at all.
Which brings us to our synthesis, forging the dream team. The future isn't a battle for supremacy. It's about creating a powerful human-AI partnership.
I mean, just look at how their strengths and weaknesses are perfectly complementary. AI brings the speed, the scale, and the raw data analysis. Humans provide the context, the creativity, and the wisdom to interpret it all. You use the machine to handle the heavy lifting, freeing up the human to do what we do best, think.
You know, the world of chess gives us a great roadmap for this. For years after computers could beat grandmasters, the best player on the planet wasn't a human or a machine. It was a human-machine team. And it looks like forecasting is now on that same evolutionary path.
And this model fits perfectly with Gerd Leonhard's framework. He imagines a pyramid where machines handle the bottom layers, all the data, the information, the knowledge. But humans, we provide what's at the very top: understanding, intuition, and wisdom. This dream team puts each to its best possible use.
So, where does this all leave us? Well, with a powerful reminder that AI is an instrument, an incredible tool, but it's not an oracle that dictates our fate, and we're the ones who must decide how to wield it.
As Gerd Leonhard puts it so well, technology is morally neutral until we use it. A hammer can build a house, or it can break one. AI is no different. The responsibility for its use, and for its consequences, rests entirely with us.
It's also a good reminder to stay humble. Because unlike chess, the real world isn't a closed system with a simple set of rules. It's chaotic, it's complex, and it's filled with human choices that make some things just fundamentally unpredictable. There will always be limits to what we can know.
So the ultimate question isn't whether an AI can predict the future. The real question is for us. This new tool can model countless possible futures, showing us paths we might never have even considered. But it can't tell us which path is right. It can't tell us what a good future looks like. That choice, that responsibility, that's still ours to make.